Raise your glasses, my father said. 500 guests stood inside the ballroom of our Beverly Hills hotel. Investors, CEOs, reporters, everyone important in the business world was there. It was supposed to be my night, the night I became the new vice president of Carter Holdings. My father called me to the stage. I stood beside him in front of the entire room. My heart was racing, but I was proud, until he said something I never expected. My daughter, he said into the microphone, is the biggest mistake this company has ever made. The room went silent. At first I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Then, my older sister, Emily, walked onto the stage, holding a tablet. She looked calm, almost happy. Emma Carter, my father continued, has been secretly stealing money from Carter Holdings. Gasps spread through the ballroom. What? I said, completely shocked. Emily tapped the tablet. The giant screen behind us lit up. Bank transfers appeared, millions of dollars, offshore accounts, and my name was on every transaction. You stole $12 million from the company, Emily said coldly. That's impossible, I replied immediately, but no one was listening. Reporters started taking photos. Investors stared at me as if I were a criminal. My father didn't even look at me. As of tonight, he said into the microphone, Emma Carter is no longer part of Carter Holdings. Just like that, my career, my reputation, my entire life collapsed in 30 seconds. Emily slowly raised her champagne glass, to the future of Carter Holdings, and the crowd applauded. I walked out of that ballroom while 500 people watched my life fall apart, but the moment I stepped outside the hotel, I realized something. Emily didn't just betray me, she planned everything, and I was going to prove it. 3 months later, everyone believed the story. Emma Carter, the rich daughter who tried to steal millions from her own family. Investors refused to meet me. Friends stopped answering my calls. Even my father blocked my number. Meanwhile, Emily had taken my position as CFO of Carter Holdings. According to the news, she was doing an incredible job, but Emily made one mistake. She forgot something important. I helped build the company's financial security system, so I went to the one person who knew it better than anyone, Marcus Hill, the cybersecurity engineer who designed it with me. We spent the entire night reviewing system logs. Hours passed. Then at 3:40 a.m., Marcus suddenly leaned back. Well, this is interesting. What? I asked. He turned the screen toward me. These transfers didn't come from your account. My heart started pounding. Then whose account? Marcus zoomed in. Authorization logs appeared. Employee ID. Timestamps. Then the name appeared. Emily Carter. I stared at the screen in disbelief. My own sister used my credentials to frame me. But Marcus wasn't finished. He opened another file. More transactions appeared. Different accounts. Different dates. Another $18 million. Marcus looked at me. Your sister didn't just frame you. She's actually stealing from the company. I leaned back slowly. Now everything made sense. Emily removed me so she could control the finances. And once she had power, she started robbing the company herself. Marcus crossed his arms. So what's the plan? I smiled. Public revenge. 2 weeks later, Carter Holdings hosted the Global Investor Summit. 200 investors, major media coverage, millions of dollars at stake. On stage, my father proudly stood at the podium. Emily sat beside him wearing an expensive black dress, confident, powerful, untouchable. My daughter Emily Carter, my father said proudly, has taken this company to incredible success. The crowd applauded loudly. Emily stood and waved politely. Then suddenly, the giant presentation screen behind them turned on, but instead of company charts, a bank statement appeared. $18 million, transferred of offshore accounts, authorized by Emily Carter. The applause stopped instantly. My father turned around, confused. What is this? The next slide appeared. Security logs. Transaction approvals. Emily's employee ID. The crowd started whispering loudly. Emily jumped to her feet. This is fake. But the next slide destroyed her. Security footage appeared. Emily is sitting in her office approving the transfers herself. The ballroom exploded with chaos. Investors stood up shouting. Reporters rushed toward the stage. And that's when I walked into the ballroom. Cameras immediately turned toward me. My father looked shocked. Emma? I stopped in front of the stage. Emily stared at me with pure hatred. You did this, she whispered. I shrugged calmly. You framed me first. Security guards moved toward her. Investors were furious. Millions had been stolen. As they grabbed her arm, Emily screamed at me. "You ruined my life." I looked at the giant screen behind her. Every lie, every transaction, every betrayal. Then I looked back at her. "No, Emily," I said calmly. "You ruined it the moment you thought you'd get away with it." Security dragged her out while cameras flashed everywhere. For the first time, my father looked at me again. His voice was quiet. "I'm sorry, but some apologies come too late." I turn around and walk toward the exit, because the best revenge is letting the truth destroy the people who tried to destroy you.